Oh, we got 33. Just got to move this thing out of the way here. 13. Welcome to the live stream. Starman on a Sunday night, and I'm out and about. I want I haven't said where I am actually. I just said I'm live in Cornwall, so you know that I'm in Cornwall. And look at this weather, isn't it amazing? I bet you wish we were down here, don't you? Hi Sheila. Here we go. Hi Jay. Karen Banner, Wayne, Neil, Elizabeth, Darren. Hi to everyone who's here, if I missed it. Hi to James. So, yeah, as you can see, I'm out and about this week. Yes, I'm out and about. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I'm in Cornwall, but can you guess where in Cornwall I am? Can anybody guess where exactly I am right now? Just by looking around. If I just open this door of the Star bus here, just a little bit, give you a look around. Oh, isn't it awesome? Just look at this weather, aren't I lucky? Yeah. Newquay, Plymouth. Plymouth is in Devon, I think. Hi, Moonage. Ah, Lancashire's got it. Lancashire Liberty, Lizard Point, yes. This is the Lizard. It's the Lizard in Cornwall, and this town here is the furthest south of any town on the mainland. It's the most southerly point of Great Britain, yeah. And you know, it was only a couple of months ago I was right up in John O'Groats. Well, John O'Groats is not actually the furthest north, it was Dunnet Head. So I've been right up to the furthest point north, and this is the furthest point south. So there you go. I've been to the very tip, and I've been to the very bottom right now, yeah. So I've just been playing around with I just went down there, down to the actual front to see if I could get a better signal so I could show you the views, because the views are absolutely awesome. But unfortunately there was no signal down there, so I had to come up here to the village green. So this is where we are now. It is nice, Darren, yeah, it's really nice weather down here. I've got so lucky. I've walked around the whole Lizard, says Andy Argyle. I'll tell you what, it's nice down here for Astro. It's so dark down here. I can't rule. It says on the description, does it say the Lizard? Oh yeah, well you've looked at the description then, yeah. Yeah, I'll probably change the title so it says Lizard Point. But yeah, this is Lizard Point. I'll tell you what, I'll just show you around, shall I? Let's lift you out of it, excuse me. Because I've got a tractor here, look. This is where I am. There's a cafe and bar over there. Here's the Star bus. Oh, look at that over there. There's the sunshine. That's the sunshine, folks. So this is where I am. It's awesome, isn't it? Yeah. What are people saying? 55 people watching. Hit the like button. Let's see who we've got. Picture is a bit mushy. Yeah, now the picture might not be great, folks, because the signal is a bit rubbish down here. I actually went down to the front there. Hi, Michael. Michael's had problems with his broadband. Yeah, so there's no signal down on the front. Otherwise, you'd have got some amazing views. Unfortunately, the views down there at the end of the country are absolutely epic. But unfortunately, I can't bring them to you in this live because there's no signal. Mike is in the house. Evening all from Cornwall. Pete. Farmer Giles, yeah. Really big motorbike make outside the tower. Oh, well, can't have everything, can we? We're in Perranporth a few years ago. Well, I've never heard of that place. Hi, Stephen. Chris from Swansea. Hi, Chris. Says it there long. Hi, Julie. Yeah, so I'm here in Cornwall, and I'm actually doing a load of videos for you. I did one last night, and I'm on with another one tonight. I'm going to be doing some some Milky Way photography and that sort of thing while I'm down here, and I'm going to be doing some videos for you. I did one last night, and that went pretty well. I was over at Penzance at St Michael's Mount last night. Yeah, has anyone been to St Michael's Mount? That's where I was last night. I hope you've not got Farmer Giles, Stephen says. Frank in Blackpool. Hi Frank. Sunny Blackpool. Well, I had a feeling it would be sunny up there as well. So we've got 61 people. Now I didn't schedule this live stream until the last minute really. I should have scheduled it a couple of days ago. I didn't really know where I was going to be actually. But there you go, we're here. I'm not at home, but I thought I'd bring you a live stream anyway. So one of the main reasons why I've come down to Cornwall is because where I live in Blackpool, it's not very dark, is it? Now I could go to the Lake District. I could go to the Lake. You could say, well, you could go to the Lake District. Not really, not this time of year, because in this time of year, where I live, Blackpool, anywhere further north, even Wales, even like Wales, it doesn't get dark enough at this time of year. That's why I have to come down here. If you live in, say, North Wales, anywhere north of, say, like mid Wales, I would say, you're struggling. It is not going to get totally dark at night from now until, I would probably say, end of July or August. We get that everlasting twilight, and the further north you are, Sheila will probably know about this, the further north, and Moonage as well, the less darkness you get at this time of year. Now down here on the south coast, the latitude is around about 50 degrees. We're a good 3 degrees further south than where I am in Blackpool, and that makes a massive difference because the sun at this time of year in May, it does set low enough below the horizon that you get a totally dark sky, which you don't get where I live. Sarah says she's in Wakefield, Wetherspoons. Lol, I'm surprised you've got a signal in there. I never get a signal in Wetherspoons. I've got a quiz, by the way. I've got a quiz. Yes, I have got a quiz. So yeah, so there you go. It's quite pretty around here, isn't it? I wanted to go to the Chippy, but there's a fish and chip shop over there, but I was here a little bit too late. But it was really busy here, really. By the way, this little sort of village green here was absolutely stuffed. Can you see St Agnes from there? I don't know. You might be able to. I'm supposed to be meeting someone who lives in St Agnes. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'm supposed to be meeting up with someone. Hi Anthony Goodwin, good evening from Anthony and Fran in Staining. I'm down here at Lizard Point in Cornwall. Yes, what a place to be. Come up to Plymouth, I know a dark place for pictures. I was in Plymouth. Yeah, I've got a quiz. Are you near the Lizard? I recognise it, yes I am. Yeah, this is where I am, Lizard, yeah. Come to Plymouth. I was in Plymouth, I was actually in Plymouth. I was at Hoe Park. Yeah, and I also went to a pub called, what was that pub called? The Dolphin. Yeah, so I went in there. So yeah, I had a good walk around Plymouth. It was good. Yeah, it was pretty good. But I've come here to do my photography because here you really cannot get much darker than down here on the south coast, where there's very little light pollution coming from here, and when you're looking out over the English Channel, there's nothing over the English Channel. There's hardly anything to give off any light pollution, and that's why I've come down here. Land's End is a little bit further along. That's a really nice pub there, yes. Well, I went there because they served draft bass. In fact, I say draft, they serve it straight from the barrel. Has your Panasonic lived up to expectations? Yes, Frank, I think it has. I used it last night. I used my camera for the first time last night, and I actually think it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, Frank, yeah. So another good thing is it allows me to do 60-second exposures, which is very, very handy without having to plug like a timer into it. Hi from Cumbernauld, Scotland. Angela's journey with multiple sclerosis. Hi. Just looked on the map to see where you are. Looks really nice, yeah. Well, it is, isn't it? Yeah. I'll try drive past when I'm in Blackpool. Go to the saddle, Sarah. Go to the saddle, the saddle, or the dunes. Two pubs where you can get it. That's the saddle on Whitegate Drive and the dunes, which is not too far from the airport. It's on Lytham Road. So you might want to try those. Tell them I sent you. So yeah, so this is what I'm doing. I'm actually doing some videos for you. I lived in Pembrokeshire for a couple of years now, late teens, never been there. Ever been there? It's a beautiful country. I don't think I've been to Pembrokeshire. I've been down to Bridgend. Is that in Pembrokeshire? Bridgend? It's where I got this vehicle from. I got it from Bridgend. So that's right down on South Wales, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm hoping that it's going to be clear again tonight, because it was clear last night. I was over at Penzance last night and it was really, really clear. And I won't give away too much, but I did do a video showing my plans for what I wanted to do, and I also used two different cameras, and the idea was to take a picture of the Milky Way above the St Michael's Mount. So wait until you see the video and see how I did. But I'm going to do another video tonight, not here. I'm not actually doing a video here, but I'm going to go up. I'm going to actually go a little bit further along the coast to Kynance Cove. There's a place called Kynance Cove. It's a little bit further up than where I am. Visited St Michael's Mount many years ago, says Peter. It's a really nice area. I like it round here. It's as far southwest as you can go. No big cities for miles away. Good place to do stuff. Yeah. Well, is it the Gower Peninsula? I think right out there. I've never been. I've been to the top. You know where the Wales? It's like a sort of. Wales looks a bit like that, doesn't it? It looks like a big claw, doesn't it? I've been to this part of Wales, you know, the top part of the claw, the Clyn Peninsula, but I haven't been to the bottom part of Wales, that big claw bit at the bottom. If that's how I can describe it, how Wales looks, you know how Wales looks. Hopefully I've described it there for you. I might have been the wrong way around, I don't know. I get confused when I'm looking at this screen, but yeah, I'll definitely put it down sometime. Yeah, I'd like to have a look. Kynance Cove is gorgeous. Yeah, I've just been to Kynance Cove earlier today, and honestly, it was like a paradise. It really, really was. It was a paradise. 77 watching. Hit the like, hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. We're live in Cornwall. Hit the thumbs up. Let's see the lights go up. We're here at Lizard Cornwall. The furthest south that you can go on mainland Great Britain. This is where we are now. There's a little road over there, over that way, and you drive down there for about 5 minutes. It gets a little bit hairy because the road really, really narrows. But if you go down that road, you can literally drive into the sea on the most southerly part of the mainland. Yeah, so pretty amazing, really. I've just been down there myself. They've got like a little gift shop down there. They've got a cafe. So yeah, it's really, really good. Hi Maxine, have you been recognised yet? No. Oh, actually, yes. Yeah, I was recognised this morning. Somebody walked past my van. Believe it or not, but a friend of mine who I got to meet through doing workshops, because he's been on workshops with me. And he walked past my van this morning at St Michael's Mount, and I got up later. I got up about 7:30 or something. Then he came up to me and he said, "Oh yeah, look who it is." I thought, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, so there you go. I have actually met someone who I know down here, all the way down here. Can you believe it? Yeah, it did happen. Yeah, so there you go. How about that? It's a bit of a small world, isn't it? Beautiful weather in Halifax, says Julie. Taking photos for Starman calendar, yeah. You're right there. I don't know about Weymouth. There's a lot of light pollution coming from Weymouth and Portland. I don't like it, because when I've been to Durdle Door, I've always been a bit put off by all the light pollution that comes from that peninsula. You know, that little, it's like a little teardrop, isn't it, that hangs off there. The light pollution from there. And I had a bit of a problem with light pollution up at Penzance as well, St Michael's Mount. There was a fair bit of light pollution. I'll describe it in the video. You know, I can see a car over there. I can see her. Do you want to see Herbie? I can see Herbie. Herbie over here. I'm going to have to show you Herbie. Oh, you got to see this. Who wants to see Herbie? Let me know. I'll go and show you. Yeah, but there you go. That's where I am. I'm down here at Lizard Point. If you've just joined in, we've got 82 people watching. That's pretty good. Hit the like button. Let's see if we can get some more likes. We're live. We're live every Sunday at 8 p.m. and I'm down here to do some Milky Way photography, which I did a little bit of last night. I'm probably going to be down here for most of this week, and so I did a bit last night, and I'll also be doing some other bits and bats as well. And look out for those videos when I get them ready. I'll be editing them down here, I think. So who wants to see Herbie? Let me know. I've just been sat outside all afternoon. Glorious, 19 degrees. I was wondering how warm it was down here, Hazel, as well. I said about 20 today. Soon the whole world will know me, says Sheila. You're more famous than you thought you were, says Cat's Rule. So let's go and have a look at it, shall we? I'll turn the camera around just to show you where I live. What do you think? Is it tidy? Is it tidy? What do you think? Yeah, I've got a few bits here. I've got a tripod. I've got another tripod there, a spare one. I've got bags with things. I've got a cooker there. I've got my kettle here, look. Very important. You've got to have your kettle, whistling kettle. I've got my quiz over there. This is my quiz. There's a quick look at the quiz. I won't show you the answers. So there is a quiz coming later. There's my bed. This is my bed. Just down here I've got some more stuff. You've got to have a lot of stuff when you get desperate. This is my hotel, yeah, random, yeah. This is where I live at the moment, yes. You find a spot like where we are now. Can you see where we are now? We're on like the village green here. And you rock up and you, well actually, funny enough, there is a toilet block just over here, but I don't know if it's open all night. Can you see over here? There's a toilet block there. But I expect that they're probably locked up at the moment. So this is the village green, folks. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you to Karen Banner. Thank you, Karen. That's amazing. Wow. Awesome. So there you go. This is just like a Boy Scout. Yeah, well, I was never in the Scouts, you know, and great, I need a camper van, says Chris. Join the club, Chris. You'll not regret it. You know, there's lots of people. You know, I see so many people now when I go around in my Starbus now, when I go to all these different places, I see so many people that maybe if they can't quite have a van like I got, they'll buy a cheap van, and you can buy one for, I don't know, a few £100. And what you can do is you can strip it and you can turn it into a camper van. You don't need to go all out and buy something like this, but I see loads and loads of people doing it. So if you're ever thinking of doing it, I would do it, and I would do it as soon as, because the way that they're restricting things now, and you've got electric vehicles coming along, we don't know how much longer we're going to be able to do this for, you know, at least with the kind of ease we got at the moment. So I would seriously advise, if you're thinking about going out camping, you know, in a van, I would do it sooner. Don't leave it too late, because you never know, we might not be able to do it with as much freedom later. So there you go, there's the Starbus there. Thanks, Marion Hughes. Van life, yeah, that's it, random. I arrived on Thursday, Angela. Yeah, I came down on Thursday, more famous than Ed Sheeran. What time will be best for the Milky Way? We're looking at about 2 o'clock in the morning. So as we look around here, you can see it's probably got a few people camping around here as well. But look at this over here, folks. Look, something a bit extra for the car man. I've got a Herbie. Got a bit round over there, actually, at that place. That's the Regent Cafe over there. Very expensive. Oh my goodness. Look at this, Herbie. Well, what's that? Sorry, I'm going to pick it up, but I've got to bring you Herbie, haven't I? Wow, I think Herbie needs a bit of TLC. Needs a bit of... Hi, William. Thanks, Casserole. Sheila says she loves the Herbie. Take a little look over here. There's the front of the Starbus. Have I seen the space station? Well, funny enough, I haven't. I'm becoming a fan of yours, says Angela. Is the space station going over at the moment? I don't know. It might be. What, it feels like a wild side live stream, this, doesn't it? I'm walking around the screen here. There's that cafe there. Real Cornish ice cream, lizard ice cream, gift shop. Isn't it amazing? Yeah. Bit of rust on Herbie, but look at that over there, look. Whoa. Look at that sunset. It's a pity I can't take you down to the front, isn't it? But unfortunately, it's just... there's no signal, unfortunately. Yeah, so check out golden light that we've got now here. It's almost like Blackpool, isn't it? The same, you know, that same kind of golden light that we get in Blackpool, yeah. So the sun is setting over to the northwest at the moment, and it does look like we're going to be in for a clear night tonight. So there you go. Hopefully, you never know sometimes. But I've got my old glasses on here, by the way. These are my old glasses. I'll just take them off because I struggle to read the screen with my glasses on. Frank in Blackpool, ISS starts at... Frank in Blackpool says that the ISS, the International Space Station, goes over just after midnight. So it might be worth a look out. Depends where you are, whether you see it or not. So it might be worth a look. Seeing Herbie takes me back to my childhood. (1971) bug. Yeah. The ISS goes over at midnight, so it might be worth having a look out at midnight. If you're in the UK, and see if you can see the ISS, you might just see it flying over. Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up on the comments. How do you charge your battery? I don't know what battery you mean, Neil. Not sure what battery you mean. Yeah, you should be able to see it down here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to see it where I am, or whether I'll be ready for... I'll make a note of it, so we'll see. But yeah, I'll I'll have to do another video about the ISS, because the ISS, it's something that you can look for in the night sky, and when it goes over, it does look pretty spectacular. When it goes over, it's very, very bright, and you can't miss it. It looks like a star. It looks like a very bright star moving across the sky, and it's just amazing to see. For your camera, I could just charge it off a USB. All the cameras now tend to just charge off USB now, whereas in the olden days you used to have a battery charger for your camera. You used to actually have like a dedicated battery charger, but nearly all the cameras now are charged off a USB. Now, I have shown you this before, but this is my camera. This is the... Now, I did use this last night. This is the camera that I'm looking to use. What's for breakfast, says Random? Well, this morning breakfast was Wetherspoons over in Helston. That was interesting, yeah, Helston. So what's for breakfast tomorrow? Well, wherever I can find around here, I suppose, but I won't be going to that place over there because it's so expensive. So I'm going to be using this camera here tonight. Last night I used this camera and my other camera, but tonight I'm going to a bit of a tricky location. I'm going down to Kynan's Cove, and I need to take as minimal equipment as possible. So I'm going to take this camera because it's a bit smaller than the other one. Catch a fish for breakfast. Well, it's an idea. Thanks very much to Cat's Rule. Awesome. $10 super chat. That is amazing. Thank you very much for that. Hello, Stephen. I thought you were coming to our end of the country. It was down Rinsey. I don't know where that is, Paul. Thanks very much to Cat's Rule. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. Got gas money for your return to Blackpool. Well, yeah, well, that will certainly help. That is really, really nice of you. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, so I am down here specifically to take pictures of the night sky. That's my main aim, and secondary is to take pictures during the day, and also during the day hopefully I'll get to sort of edit some of these videos I'm doing. So because I want to get back into the doing the videos. The problem is over the last sort of year or so I haven't been doing as many actual videos as what I want to do, as what I probably should be doing. I mean, I'm doing the live streams regularly, but unfortunately I haven't really got into the habit of doing I should be doing at least one video per week, and that's what I'm trying to aim for. So that's what I'm trying to do, and I've come down here to try to push myself, to get myself into that that mood of doing at least one video a week. What part of Cornwall? Lizard Point, Ray. Have you been to the beach yet? Oh, the beach is awesome over at Cannon's Cove. It's Cat's Rule, you're welcome. Thank you, Sarah. That's enough to buy a coffee at Wetherspoons, isn't it? Oh, thank you. Oh, Julie C. Oi, Julie. Oi, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, it'll all go towards the fuel for the Starbus, because well, yeah, it's a long journey down here. It was about 6 hours on the maps. It took me longer than that because I stopped off. In fact, I ended up driving to Weston-super-Mare. I didn't come all the way down to Cornwall on the first day. I went to Weston-super-Mare and I stayed overnight in Weston-super-Mare. It broke up the journey, and then from there I went down to Plymouth on the Friday. So I came down on Thursday, Weston-super-Mare overnight. The weather wasn't very good for doing anything there, and then I went to Plymouth, and then I came from Plymouth over to Penzance, and unfortunately on Friday night it wasn't clear enough at Penzance to do anything. It was too murky, so I couldn't do anything on Friday night. So eventually I got to last night. And did I bring the telescope? No, I didn't bring the telescope. It was a bit too much. I used the M6 Lancashire, and then I used the M5. They're the only two motorways you have to use. Oh, and the M55 as well. The M5 goes as far as Exeter, and then you change on to the A30, is it? The A30? We have a town called Lizard Lick here in North Carolina. Lizard Lick, how about that, eh? There you go. Yeah, there were 3 motorways that I took to get down here. The M55 out of Blackpool, the M6 down to Wolverhampton, I think it is, or Coventry, and then from there I take the M5, and the M5 literally takes you all the way into Cornwall, but not only as far as Exeter. Is Exeter in Cornwall? I'm not sure if Exeter's in Cornwall, actually. It might not be in Cornwall, but yeah, it's a fair journey. And like I said, if you've just joined us, if we've got 85 people watching, hit the thumbs up. If you've just joined us, we're live here at Lizard Point in Cornwall, the furthest south that you can go in the UK. I've come down here to photograph the night sky, which I've been doing. I was down in Penzance last night, and tonight I'm going to be over at Cannon's Cove. If you've just joined us, this is what I'm up to down here. I'm doing some astro photography. I'm going to have a quiz in a minute. That's a Porsche, by the way, making all that noise. Yeah, so I've just showed the camera. There's the camera there. I'm going to be using this camera tonight, the Panasonic S5 II, and I'm going to be using Did you join the M5 at junction 1? I think I did, actually, right at the very start of the motorway. Yeah, I think I did. If you've just joined us, welcome. I hope you like the video. It's a live stream. We do the live stream every Sunday at this time. And normally in the winter, I'm still getting used to it being light when I'm doing the live stream, because you know, during the winter when it was all dark and cold, you know, I'm still kind of in that kind of, still a bit, still taking some. Hi Rich Freeman, fab time, good space been down here. Thanks Lancashire. 85 people watching, hit the like button if you haven't already. Just catch up on some comments. Thanks Moonage, and thanks for Wayne for the moderation. Thanks to all the mods. This lens here, can you see that? This is my new, hopefully, or might be my new main Astro lens. It's an 18mm f1.8, and the number 1.8 means the aperture of the lens. The lower the number of the aperture, the faster, or the more light that goes into the lens, the more light that goes into it, the better it is in low light. And this is very, very light. It is really light compared to some of the older lenses I've got, which are really, really heavy. So I'm going to be using this. In fact, I used it last night, and it was really, I thought I was really impressed actually last night. And it's so light. So this is what I'm going to be using a bit later on, hopefully. Yeah, I'll be using that again, so I'll be looking forward to using that, and I'll be doing a video on it as well. So I do a video to try and give you some idea of how to take these pictures, how I go about taking these pictures, and how I set the camera up and all that sort of thing. So that's what it's all about. We've got 89 people watching, we've got 90 people watching. Can we get to 100 people coming down here at Lizard Point in Cornwall, the most southerly point of mainland Great Britain here? Look at this. Look, the sun is going down over there. Look at the light, isn't it amazing? Come on, let's get 100 people. Come on. Can we get it? Anthony Goodwin, there is a quiz? Yeah, we've got a quiz coming up in about 10 minutes or so. Need a good camera, says Lancashire. That would be West Bromwich, and where you come junction to... Yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad to get after Birmingham, Karen. It's a light sucker. Yes, it is. Yeah. Cost my friend 12 grand when his Porsche blew up. Well, I'm sure if you've got a Porsche, 12 grand in your back pocket, haven't you? Yeah. Must be close to Stephen's tea time. Well, I cut myself some beans before. That's what I did. Now, I just want to show you another lens. Now, this lens on my camera is a very, very nice lens. It's a 20 to 60. Can you see that? It says there, 20 to 60 millimeter lens. 20 to 60. Now, this lens is f3.5 aperture to 5.6. So when you're at 20 millimeter, you're at f3.5. But when you zoom out, the aperture goes down to 5.6. It goes down pretty quick. So that means that the light gathering of the lens, the aperture gets smaller. So the more you zoom out, the less light comes in. Now the lens I was showing you before, this lens here is fixed at 18 millimeter. 18 millimeter f1.8, it does not change. This takes in a lot more light than the other lens I was just showing you there. It doesn't mean that the other lens is bad. In fact, the zoom lens is probably the one that I will use the most for general photography. But this lens here is what I will probably use for videoing at night, for doing astro photography, because it's got a very, very fast aperture. So that's why I'm going to use that lens there. So there you go. So where it, let's just read. I think I'm getting bitten by midges here. So yeah, so that lens is so sharp you can cut yourself. Well, Frank in Blackpool is a Panasonic man, and he kind of got me onto Panasonic, and I have to say, first impressions of that Panasonic 18mm lens is very, very good. Very good. James says £15 super chat. I'm not quite sure what you mean. I didn't see anything. How long was the drive down there? It was about, well, it was meant to be 6 hours, but I split it up, so I came down over a couple of days. So we're going to have a quiz fairly soon. I watched your short video earlier, Stephen. Did I put a short out? Oh, I can't remember. I might have to do some shorts on this channel, you know. I think I probably do some short videos on this channel. But this is my other camera. I'll just show you this one. Oh, it weighs an absolute ton. Look at this. Now there's the beast. This is the beast there. Yes, this is my existing camera, the Nikon D850, and this has got the 70 to 200 f2.8 lens. Now I did actually use this lens last night, but this weighs an absolute ton. So, and that's a zoom lens as well. Now the thing about this zoom lens, why is this lens so big and why is it so expensive? Well, when you zoom out from 70mm on this lens, when you zoom out, can you see there? When you zoom from 70 to 200, the aperture does not change. It stays at f2.8. Whereas on the other lens, the 20 to 60 that I was showing you, the aperture goes down. It's called a variable aperture zoom. This is not a variable aperture zoom. This is why this lens is so heavy and so expensive, because the aperture does not change when you zoom out. And that's why this lens is so expensive. Thank you very much to Peter. Oh, thanks, Peter. Thank you. Peter's been really, really kind to us lately. That's absolutely awesome, Peter. Amazing. £20, look at that. Have a fantastic time while you're down there. Well, I certainly will. I've had a good time already, and I think if I get what I want to get done tonight, I think anything else will be a bonus, because tonight's a bit of a tough one tonight. The location is not the easiest to get to, but it's epic. It's absolutely epic. If I can get down there and get the pictures I want, it's going to be really, really good, I think. So so I'm looking forward to doing that. I just hope that it's nice and clear, and that you've got to go down a load of steps and then you've got to walk across. Oh God, honestly, I hope I don't break my ankle while I'm down there, because I'll be all on my own, and there won't be a phone signal down there either, so I've got to be very, very careful when I go down there. The folks in Lizard wonder who this guy's talking to. Well, there's not many people. There's a few people at that place over there. So I'll pretend I'm just talking to someone in the Starbus. It is very heavy, Lancashire, yeah. So thanks to Peter for the super chat, and thanks to everyone else for the super chats as well. It all really does help, yes. Looks like a ghost town. Well, there are people. There's a restaurant up here which is licensed. It's got a pub connected to it, and there's quite a few people outside. So, but apart from that, it is a Sunday night, and I think most people are probably headed back home now. When I was at Kynan's Cove before, I noticed that everyone kind of seemed to fly off around about 4 o'clock, so the place was empty almost when I left, but it was absolutely buzzing there, really. So yeah, so I just hope that it stays kind of clear tonight. I mean, the weather is actually supposed to be pretty good tomorrow as well, so I've got more chances, and I think maybe it's good into the week as well. So I'll keep trying stuff. So if I don't get lucky tonight, I've still got another chance tomorrow. So, but at the moment it is looking pretty clear. So hopefully it will stay like this, and I'll get what I want. Anthony, thank you very much. Pop the Black. Quiz follows. Pool was very busy today, says Lancashire. Right. Ride the lights, yeah, that'll be something, won't it? As soon as Blackpool Eliminations comes on, that's when the weather goes to pot. Well, at the moment, it's actually looking really, really nice, isn't it? Yeah. You know, funny enough, you know, they talk about Land's End to John O'Groats. I went to Land's End yesterday. And I've also been to John O'Groats. Now, those places are the furthest apart. As far as I know, they're the furthest apart to drive to. But this place where I am now is the furthest south. It's the furthest south. Whereas if you're up at John O'Groats is not the furthest north. It's actually Dunnet Head, which is a little bit further along. So but these must be the furthest apart that you can drive to. Yeah, so I will say Land's End. Land's End is, but yeah. So I've been from one extreme to the other. Yeah, and funny enough, when I was right up at the most northerly point, Dunnet Head. So I'm now at the most southerly point. When I was up there, the weather wasn't that bad actually. I had a jumper on and that was it. It wasn't really all that bad, and that was back in, I think that was back in early March, wasn't it? And funny enough, the weather, you know, when I was up in Scotland, the weather was not that bad at all. It was quite mild, and you know, we've not really had a very warm spring, to be quite honest, this year, but I got quite lucky when I went to Scotland. It was the weather was pretty decent, so it wasn't very good for Astro because it was quite cloudy, but it was fine, and I got around a lot of places. So let's see, where are we up to now? I did go to photograph the aurora, but unfortunately, if you live in Scotland now, no chance of photographing the aurora now. No chance of photographing the Milky Way, because you're going to have an everlasting twilight all night long in Scotland now. But down here where I am, I'm lucky because we don't have that everlasting twilight until we get into June. So we only really get the everlasting twilight down here in June, maybe sort of end of May, June, then sort of early July, and then we get the dark skies back. So that's why I've come down here, because it's possible to take a picture of the Milky Way down here at this time of year, whereas up north it's not really possible because the sun doesn't go low enough below the horizon and the sky is still partially lit up by the sunlight. So I've got a quiz now. You ready for the quiz? Oh, time for the quiz, I think. I'm just checking the just see what they say about. Someone's talking about someone, and I don't know who it is. Peak District is nice, Sarah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Here we go. Quiz. Now, easy questions and hard questions. I hope these easy questions are easy, because they might not be. Frank says Milky Way. Yeah, not much time to Milky Way up your end, Frank, at the moment. You have to come down here. Traffic in Blackpool and St Anne's has been a bit mad. Wow. It's probably a good job I'm down here then, isn't it? Right, okay, here we go. Quiz. You ready? Quiz time. How many zodiac... This is easy. How many zodiacal constellations are there? So how many zodiacal constellations are there? That's the first question. I've got 5 easy questions and 5 hard questions. Lancashire's the first. Chris says 80... I won't say what that is actually, because that's the next question. No, it's so easy to sometimes give answers away when you're asking questions, you know. But I think the main reason for doing the quiz is it helps you to learn stuff, and it helps you, you know, you think, oh, what's that? And then you look it up and you, right, and then hopefully it implants it in your brain. Then you know what you know what it is. But everyone's saying 12, and that's right. Yeah, 12. There are 12 zodiacal constellations because there are 12 months of the year, so there are 12. Yeah. Well, Neil's gone one better and said 13. You know, I think there were actually 12, 13 at one time back in ancient history. There were 13 at one time when they were trying to work it all out, and then they decided that was a bad idea. How many constellations are there altogether in the night sky that we can see from Earth? How many constellations altogether? I think I've asked this one before, but it's a good question. Thanks, Anthony. Hey, thank you, Anthony. That's awesome. Amazing, yeah. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up. How many constellations are there visible from planet Earth? Or visible from, well, the solar system? Constellation. Well, it looks like Chris has got the answer first. In fact, he had the answer on the previous one, 88. It's number 88. 2888, that's the one, yeah, there is an 88. There are 88 constellations visible. Yeah, and they're all like, if you look at them, some of the constellations are very, very hard to make out. In fact, some of the zodiacal constellations are really difficult to make out. So constellations like Aries and Cancer are very, very faint, and there are some other constellations which you think, oh, you can't even see the thing, you know. But there's a lot of constellations that are very obvious, so they're not all obvious. Okay, which constellation contains the Plough or the Big Dipper? Which constellation contains the Plough or the Big Dipper asterism? I think we've got someone spamming the chat, haven't we? Someone called Buster, is that right? Buster Mods? I haven't seen the Lancashire says pass. Cat's Rule, I think Cat's Rule is first with this one, is that right? Yeah, can we check? My chat's going a bit mental. Sarah's got it. Jay's got it. Diane's got it, yeah. Yeah, so I was looking for Ursa Major or the Great Bear, there you go. So people did pretty well with that there. Jay says he hates spell check. Right, okay, question number 4 of the easy ones. Which constellation contains Polaris? Which constellation can you find Polaris? It looks like we've got rid of someone in the chat, someone called Buster. It looks like someone was up to no good. I didn't see them, but that's. I can hear a bit of shouting over it. It's getting a bit rowdy at this Regent Cafe over here. But oh, we got the answers coming in. Peter's first. Well done to Peter. Peter was first, I think. Is that right? Yep. Ursa Minor. That's right. It's like a smaller version of the Big Dipper. So if you have a look at the Big Dipper, or the Plough as we call it, and you have a look at the North Star, you'll see that the two constellations look kind of similar. They're not too different really, but the Plough's the one with the North Star is a little bit smaller. It was being stupid, says Wayne. Got a few people saying Orion. We were looking for Ursa Minor, the Little Dipper. Okay, question number 5 of the easy ones. Which letter of the alphabet, or which letters of the alphabet, does Cassiopeia look like? The constellation of Cassiopeia resembles letters of the alphabet, depending on which way you look at it. So which letters are we looking for? Ooh, it's getting really quiet here now. It's actually, you know, I can hear the birds singing. It's really, really peaceful here right now. The light is starting to get a little bit diffuse. The sun is just going into a cloud over there as it goes down. Sarah, oh yeah, Sarah's right. Julie's right. Lancashire's right. Sharon Morris is right. Centura is right. Frank in Blackpool is right. Delaney is right. Chris is right. So yeah, we were looking for W or M, depending on which way round you look at it. I tend to call it the W because that's when I mainly see it. I think it's a bit easier to see at certain times of the year. But yeah, we were looking for a W or an M. So those were the easy ones, yeah. Not that easy, was it really? What phase, now these are the hard ones. What phase is the moon currently in? If anyone could give me any idea of what phase it's in, and if you know what phase it's in, can you tell me roughly how much of a phase it is in at the moment? Just stand on your head. M if you stand on your head. It depends what you are as well. I mean, it might actually look like you know, like if you go to the southern hemisphere, you can see Orion, but you see it upside down. It's really, really freaky, actually. Yeah. So yeah, so there you go. Anthony, it's not gibbous, Anthony. Not yet. It won't be a gibbous. Silly face, says Cats. New moon. Just past new moon, actually. Close, but no banana, Lancashire. Sheila says full. No, not quite. In fact, we're kind of opposite to full. Frank in Blackpool says old. So who has got the best answer? He now says rising 4%, which I think you mean waxing. Yeah, you're right. It's a waxing crescent and it's very, very slim. I would say that it's probably around about 3%, if maybe a bit more. 3%. It's a very, very thin crescent. If you get a chance, have a look out tonight. Have a look for the moon at around about 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. or after 9:30, whenever it gets dark enough where you are. Have a look out near to where the sun sets. See if you can see that really, really slim moon. You might just be able to spot it tonight. It's a very, very slender waxing crescent moon. That's what we've got on tonight. Right, next question. This is the second of the hard ones. Name the large 3-star asterism visible in summer. This is a 3-star asterism. It's very famous. It's massive. It's overhead in the summer months. And I want you to name what it is. What is it? It's very, very famous, especially where we are, because we get to see a great view of it. It's a 3-star asterism and it's very, very big, and you can see it in the summer. And it actually marks where the Milky Way goes. Slender Moon Man, Ice Age, Celt. I think Frank in Blackpool might have this one. Bye, Karen. See you on the next one. And take care of the cannabis with a bad leg. I'll have a look at the moon. .8.4 says there's Orion's belt. What's the question? No. It's I think Frank got it first. Frank's got the summer triangle. Chris has got it. Sarah's got it. Neil's got it. It is what we're looking for. Was the summer triangle? It's a huge group of stars. They're not belonging to the same constellation. They're belonging to different ones. In fact, the next question is, name the 3 constellations that make up the summer triangle, that the stars make up the summer triangle. What are the 3 constellations from where the stars that make up the summer triangle? Can you name them? It's something to look out for in summer because you see it overhead. When we get into June and July, it's probably a bit easier. At the moment, it tends to be quite low down towards the east, but as we get into sort of end of June into July, you'll be able to see it slap bang. It's the first thing that you see come out when you watch the stars coming out. Brian said, ain't got a clue. It's a bit of a tough one, this one, isn't it? Yeah, I did say they were hard, didn't I? Diane says Orion's belt. Oh, Neil's got 2 of them. Well, he's got 2 of the stars. I'm looking for the constellations, not the stars. But if you name the stars, that's something. He's got Deneb and Vega. Deneb and Vega are 2 of the stars. Yeah, they are, yeah. Sharon Morris is one Orion. No, Orion, you only see Orion in the winter, whereas we're talking about summer. An asterism is a group of stars that is not a constellation, but it's a group of stars belonging to different constellations, and they make up like a familiar shape. So what we're looking for is what the summer triangle is. A massive triangle in the sky. You cannot miss it in the summer. It's the easiest thing to, if you're in the middle of town, you can see it from the middle of town because they're the only brightest stars that you can see. So Deneb, Vega, Altair, yeah, Chris. So some people have got the stars, but not the constellations. The constellations we're looking for are Cygnus, where Deneb is, Lyra, where Vega is, one of the brightest stars in the sky, and we're also looking for Aquila, Altair. So those are all the stars that make up the summer triangle, and those are the constellations as well. So a bit of a tough one, that one. Yeah, it was a bit of a tough one. We're now on to question 4. Name the popular title of NGC 7000. What is the popular title of NGC 7000? What is NGC 7000 otherwise known as? I think I need a drink, you know. I think that I will be getting a drink after this because my mouth is getting a little bit dry. Yeah. So I think I'll be getting a drink after this. But yeah, the sun. Oh, you want to see this? If only you could see what I can see now. The sun looks absolutely amazing. Can you still see the light on my eye? When I move this way, my door actually blocks the sunlight. So if I bring that, you'll be able to see me a bit easier. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Look at that light on my face now. Isn't it amazing? How are we doing? Oh, I can't even see now. I've been blinded by the sun. I'm still here. Just don't know the answer, says Maxine. Hayless. I'm going to have to take my glasses off. I can't read. Darren Williams says bass or bass. Now then, North American Nebula. Well done, Anthony. Not got clue. That's a good one, that. Cat's real, not got clue. Yes, well, Sarah said nebula. You're right there, you're half right. Halley's Comet, North American Nebula, says Chris. I think Chris got it first. Chris, well done to Chris, because Chris was in there first with the North American Nebula. Yeah, so a lot of these nebulas and things, they all have numbers, NGC and things like that. They're all a bit confusing, but they're all catalogued, you see. And that particular one there, NG7000, is a very interesting one, and you can actually see it. If you can see it with binoculars, you can just about see it with binoculars. It's very big, and it looks like North America. It really does look like they say it does. It does, and it's not that difficult to take a picture of as well. I'll have to do a video on it because it is quite a spectacular part of the sky. So there you go. We're all familiar with the Orion Nebula, which you can see very easy in the winter, but this is a North American nebula. It's not as easy to see as the Orion Nebula, but it is a spectacular nebula, and if you can get a photograph of it, that's even better, because it does look pretty spectacular, and it really does look just like they say that it looks. Yeah, so okay, we're now coming on to the last of the hard questions. Here we go. Just coming up to 9 o'clock now. I can see the sun going down over there. It looks absolutely epic, the sun going down. It's still nice and clear over here, look. Name the globular cluster in the constellation of Hercules. Name the globular cluster that's in the constellation of Hercules. Oh, it does look a spectacular sight. You know, I think we could be up for a sun pillar, you know. I'll have to give you a look round, because there's quite a bit of cloud around, and just above the cloud, sometimes when the sun goes down or when it gets low, you sometimes get a sun pillar. It's like when the sun reflects off the cloud layer, and you get like a sort of pillar above the sun. It's quite amazing. I'll have to look out for that. We might actually get a sun pillar. I'll have to have a look out for that. So, where are we? Steve H, M33. Not quite, almost. I think Chris is there again with this one. Chris is in there, well done to Chris. Chris is the first one to get it, I think, with M13. Frank in Blackpool says the Palladius. M33 says Steve. Very nearly, you're just one letter out. M33 is actually the Triangulum galaxy. It's actually the Triangulum, yeah. Which is not too far away from Andromeda. Anthony says M13, yeah, or Messier 13. Charles Messier was a French astronomer. I think, was he an astronomer, or was it something else? Because not all astronomers are famous. They started out as other things, and then they became famous for astronomy. But he did a big catalogue. He catalogued a lot of nebulas and fuzzy things, you know, and that's got his name against it. Yeah, the Messier catalogue is I don't know what it goes up to, but it's quite big. It's one of the more famous things. The Messier objects, most of them are pretty easy to see. Not all of them, you can't see all of them all year though. You have to look at them at certain times of the year, but there you go. Charles Messier, and that was Messier, it was Messier 13. And it's a globular cluster, and it's actually a pretty good one as well. It's actually pretty good to see. M13 is really, really good. It's the best globular cluster that you can see in the UK. So there you go. Right. How are we doing? Don't forget to hit, oh, we got over 100 likes. Oh, 100 likes. Thanks very much to all. Thanks for everyone that's joined in. I'm here at Lizard Point. If you've just joined us, we're here at Lizard Point. We've just had the quiz. The last answer was Messier 13, and there you go. How did everyone do on that? They were a bit difficult, weren't they, those ones, actually, weren't they? Yeah. If you just have to leave us now, bye to everyone who's left. And I've had a couple of people that just dropped out there at the end there, but I just want to say thanks again to the mods as well for keeping the chat going, because I think we had some naughty person called Buster who came into the stream, so they were causing a bit of problems. So Lancashire said they got a few tonight. Hazel's had to go. I was rubbish on this week, Chris, says Jay. Well, hopefully if you look up some of the answers you'll learn something. Bye Chris, if you're leaving us now. I'll probably give you one last look around where I am, because just look at this place here. I mean, look at it. Look, this is the Lizard. Now, why is it called the Lizard? Have they got lizards running around all over the place? Well, there are lizards. We do have lizards here in the UK. There are lizards. We have sand lizards. But I don't think that is why this is called Lizard Point. I think it's called Lizard. I think it's taken from something else. I can't remember what it was, but I don't think it's anything to do with lizards. Although saying that, there are definitely sand lizards around here. So we do get them in this country. I've seen them. Yeah. We also have newts, which look a bit like lizards, but they're not quite lizard. Newts. Yeah, so we have those as well. I definitely need a drink, because I should have had a drink with me. I should have some water. Yeah, I think I'm getting eaten by midges. You know, I can feel something. Yeah, that's. Oh, so there you go. How did everyone do? Have a good photo session tonight. Thanks, Frank in Blackpool. Thanks to everyone for watching. And there you go. That's it for this week. How about that? Absolutely amazing. Look at that. Look, I mean, just look. Look at this place. I'm going to turn the camera around in a minute and I'll show you around. We'll have one last look around. Thanks, Diane. Let's take you out of the star bus. And I'll just turn you around just to remind you. There's my bed. There's my room for the night. That is my room for tonight. And I just want to show you the sun, because look at that. Oh, I've just got to show you this. Now, if you want to take a screenshot now, it might not be a bad idea. And I don't know if you can you see above the sun how it's bright in the clouds? It looks like we might be getting a sun pillar. It's where the clouds light up above the sun. It's what they call a sun pillar, and I think that we might be getting a sun pillar there. So what do you think to that, folks? Isn't it amazing? Oh, look, an imposter. We've got a Starbus imposter. So here's one last look around. Look. Well, we've gone back up to 80 people watching. I thought people were dropping out. We've got more people joining. We're live in the Lizard. This is the Lizard in Cornwall. Lizard Point. Look at that. It's a bit rowdy up there, you know, at that place. Look. I'll tell you what, it's a good job I didn't do the live stream over there. Sounds a bit like Blackpool. A night out in Blackpool, doesn't it? Yeah. I wonder if they got a police station around here to sort them all out. But there you go. Real Cornish ice cream. Might come back tomorrow for some of that. What do you think? They've got a pub over here as well. There's a pub. There's a pub just over there. Gift shops. We've got a chippy, fish and chips down there. And I don't know if you can see that sunset. Look at that. Oh, we're just seeing it now go behind there. Isn't that amazing? Wow. Look at that, folks. Oh my goodness. I think it's actually touching down. Can you see that? Oh my goodness. How epic does that look? Thanks to everyone for joining in. I'm just giving you one last look round where we are. But that sunset looks absolutely, it's actually touching down over the land. I can see it, it's touching down. It looks insane, doesn't it? But there you go. One last look at the Starbus there. This is where I am. And that's it. I'm just going to put you down. And thanks to everyone for joining in. I'm going to be I don't know, I think I might need to go to sleep or something, you know, before I head off down to Kynan's Cove, so that I'm ready for the trip, because it's going to be quite an adventure. But thanks to everyone. Oh, Ice Age Celt, thank you. Ice Age Celt, thank you very much. Thanks for the view. Thank you very much to Ice Age Celt for that there. Every little helps. There you go. Hope I haven't missed anybody, but thanks to all the mods. Thanks to everyone for watching. Kicking off at Lizard Point, says Moonage. Yeah, can you imagine if it kicks off here? So there you go. Thanks to everyone for joining, and thanks to everyone who did the super chats as well. Absolutely amazing. It all helps. The sun is now about halfway down. It looks like a half sun. So thanks for everyone for joining in, and I'll be back next week. I'll probably be back home in Blackpool, sunny Blackpool, and I'm going to do some more videos for you down here. So look out for the videos when I get them done. So I've got a bit of work to do, but hopefully I'll be able to get at least one video out this week of what I've done down here. But I think you'll like them. So thanks for joining in, everyone. We're now at about, what, 6 minutes past 9. And I hope you like where I am. Liz, I've given you a look around. It's a cracking spot for astro photography. And there you go. I think I'm going to have a bit of an enjoyable night, I think, really. But it's hard work. It's hard work, yeah. And I've got to be careful because I'm going into a dark place. I'm going to go up and down steps, and hopefully I won't break my ankle. So there you go. I'm going now, and I'll see you all next week. Thanks for joining in, and thanks to everyone. Thanks for the mods, and thanks for the super chats again. And we've still got 75 people watching, which is pretty good actually, you know. And but I'm going to have to go now because I need a drink. My throat is absolutely drying up at the moment, so I definitely need to get a drink. So there you go. I am now out of it. We had a good signal as well. I was a little bit worried about the signal might not be good enough, but I think we did okay. And there you go. We managed to get a live stream from here at Lizard Point, the most southerly point of mainland Great Britain. We did it, folks. And there you go. I will see you, and I'll be back at home in Blackpool next week if I can just find the off switch for this. I think it's up there somewhere.